We're going to talk about 4 really profitable products that you can create to build an entire business around, or you can bolt it onto your existing business as a new profit center. And these are info products. That means creating information that people are willing to pay for or sign up for free if you want to attract leads. And the beauty is that you can create them all with AI. I personally have sold information products over the years and have done over 8 figures. That's $100 million in revenue selling these kinds of products. And let's get into it. The first idea that we're going to cover, and I think is something that's not talked about enough, is a paid newsletter. People will pay you to receive email on a weekly, daily, monthly basis when you pack it full of very useful information. And there are 2 main ways to make money with these. First, you get paid, right? Like I just talked about. The other one is you can have a free newsletter and you can cram it full of affiliate offers so that you get commission every time someone buys one of the sponsored products that appears in your newsletter. So if you promote a particular product, somebody clicks on it through your newsletter and they go buy it, you get a commission. Now, paid newsletters are more difficult to launch, but they have a high potential for return. Let's say that if you had a $20 a month newsletter, right, that's fairly cheap. Well, let's say you have 250 subscribers. That's it. You'd be making $5,000 plus per month. That's almost entirely profit with just 250 users subscribing to your newsletter. And you might be thinking, yeah, right. Who is actually going to write this newsletter? Who's going to come up with the ideas that I'm going to talk about in the newsletter? What am I going to put in there? How do I email them every week? And you'd be surprised just how easy it is. Now, one newsletter called The Dispatch, it's a political news site, sells a $10 a month newsletter. They have 400,000 subscribers. So this newsletter they have a monthly version at $10 a month, and they are crushing it. This company is doing $50 million a year, give or take. And that's by selling a paid newsletter related to politics. Let me tell you some reasons why people pay for a newsletter in the first place. First, people are bombarded with information every single day. There are a lot of people that spend 5 hours a week just sifting through all that information. What if you do that research for them? What if you are the one going through all of that important information for your subscribers so that they don't have to go out into the digital Wild West to figure it out for themselves? You're possibly saving them dozens of hours a month in time. That is valuable. Who wouldn't want to pay something like $20 a month for hours of their life given back to them? There's other ways to do newsletters, like the affiliate style, where you actually, instead of charging money, you have a free newsletter that still is valuable. It's easier to get people to subscribe, obviously, because they don't have to put money in. And then you just send out these really valuable emails once a week to all of the subscribers, and you'll load it up with affiliate links. You might see the potential in doing this. Maybe you're thinking about this now. You might be thinking, okay, I kind of see how this model could work. I kind of see how I could make some profit with this. And Bill, I would love to do it, but I'm way too busy to even think of something like this. And I'm just not sure how to go about putting the content together. Well, that's the great news about modern AI, because now you don't have to. Your friend ChatGPT is going to do it for you. The first thing that you're going to want to do is head on over to good old Gmail. So we're going to go to Google and you're going to create a special, I call them a spy Gmail account. You don't have to use Google. You can use any free email provider you can think of that's convenient for you. I like Gmail. And then you do some research. You go over to Google and you start looking around. Maybe you spend some time looking on Twitter and Facebook and other social media channels and start looking for email newsletters. And what you want to do is find the ones that to you, they have a lot of subscribers that seem credible, that seem successful, seem like they've been around a little while, and you want to subscribe to them. You're going to want to find the ones in your niche market. I like to use the dog training niche as an example in my training because everybody can relate to pets, right? You might just go to Google and search dog training email newsletter. You're going to want to subscribe to, several of them. You don't just want to subscribe to one. I would say you're going to want 10 plus newsletters subscribed on that email address. What you're going to do is you're going to scan those emails. And when you find ones that you think look valuable, you merely drag and drop, copy and paste everything in that newsletter, grab it out of your Gmail and paste it into a text file. So I just put all caps, newsletter example, subject line. Then I put the subject line, body, colon, and then I take, that's the entire email newsletter, literally just copied and pasted. That's the end of it there. And then here's the next one, all caps, newsletter example, and then I put the subject line, body, and then the next one. There's 3 of them here. It's not something that you could easily copy and paste into ChatGPT, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a notepad file, we're going to save it, and then we're going to come back to that in just a moment. Once you've got 3 to 4 of this week's kind of useful newsletters, you put them in the text file, and now we're going to use something called Code Interpreter. So if you haven't heard of Code Interpreter, it's a new feature that ChatGPT is rolling out. You do have to be one of their premium subscribers. And we're going to use Code Interpreter to upload this file into ChatGPT and start using it to mine it for ideas for our own newsletter. Over here under GTP4, if you hover over it, you'll see Code Interpreter. You see that? You want to select that. That's what we're going to be using. And if you don't see the option here, you can come on over to your settings and click on beta features and make sure that Code Interpreter right here is turned on. Now, one of the things that we can do now is click the little plus. And we want to upload our file. So we're going to go over here. We're going to find our newsletter file and we are going to upload it. Okay. So we saw the little spinning thing. We know it's done uploading and we're now going to paste our prompt. So what this does is it primes ChatGPT to understand what we're doing and it uploads our sample newsletters so we can actually mine it for ideas. Okay? Notice we didn't tell it that we want to copy these. We're not looking to plagiarize, steal ideas, or copy anything. We're showing it as examples of what's useful to our audience. And we're asking it to use these as ways to brainstorm topics and ideas and things that we can talk about in our newsletter. All right, so let's submit this prompt. And so you can see here, when it does this, you see this little purple symbol there. That means it was working. It's successfully read the file. The file contains examples of newsletters, each with a subject line and a body. Please provide the next instructions on how you want to find topics based on this information. So that's where our next prompt comes in. So we're going to put prompt number 2 in. Now that you have read the file and understand my niche, please brainstorm 20 potential topics to write my newsletter on. Remember to draw inspiration from the contents of the file I sent you. Send. It's funny, it's telling you that it's struggling to process the file. It found an alternative way to read the file and brainstorm some topics. When it does that, this is a technical thing that you can pretty much ignore. So for a financial newsletter, like an investment and financial newsletter, here are 20 ideas that we could write about in our own, either premium paid or free newsletter. Now we move on to the next section. We're going to go on to prompt number 3. What we're going to do is we're going to select one of the topics. Let's say we're going to cover this one. We're going to take that and we're going to insert it right there into our prompt. And then we're going to submit that. So now it's coming up with 20 different ideas for headlines or subject lines that we can use for a newsletter. Like that's if we wanted to choose that topic. What we're going to do is move on to the next prompt and we're going to actually have it come up with topics for within our newsletter. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of things from up above. So we're going to say, I like this subject line. So I took one out of the ones it suggested. I will use that as a subject line of your newsletter. And then this is the topic we chose above here. And then we're going to hit submit. So this is going to break down all the topics that we're going to cover in our newsletter from top to bottom. Let's just say just for fun, I'm going to take these as examples, okay? And I'm going to paste them here and submit. So now it's planning out our newsletter for us. So we grabbed 3 topics out of the suggested topics or segments, and it's building an outline for us. And then our next prompt is going to give us the intro to our newsletter. So that's the subject line we chose before. So we're pulling data out of earlier prompts and rolling them forward into piece by piece to help guide it. And we're going to submit that. There we go. It's starting to write our newsletter. And now what you can do from here is just start to ask it to add more and write to it. We're going to take these, insert more segments into the newsletter, starting with, and then we're going to put in, that's one of the segments it gave to us before. And now it's going to write that. So we've got our intro that we can copy and paste. And then we've got the first segment here. It's now writing. Okay. And then we can have it go through doing each segment one at a time. So we do this one segment at a time. So we get our intro done, we get one segment done at a time, and through all of this, it then helps to generate our complete newsletter. So that is a little bit more of a complex set of prompts, but you see how that works, where you feed the document in to begin with. So you're priming it with all of the successful newsletters and topics that you saw covered this week. Then you're asking it for ideas of subject lines. You're asking it for ideas of topics to cover. Then you're feeding the subject line and the topic back to ChatGPT, having it to create an outline. Then you feed the outline piece by piece back to ChatGPT and have it write your newsletter. Any niche market that already has successful newsletters in it, if you want to figure out how to get going, this is the way to do it. Now that's one type. We have 3, can I count? There we go. We got 3 more types of information products that I want to go over with you. The next few are going to be a little faster as we go through them. Idea number 2 are ebooks and guides. Now, these are typically downloadable things that are often in the format of a PDF. And right now, there are people producing ebooks with AI and guides, and they're building 6-figure businesses lightning fast. And a good place to get inspiration for this kind of stuff is a place called Gumroad. So this is a marketplace that hosts all kinds of downloadable guides and ebooks and info products. There are PDFs that you can download, step-by-step guides, things like that. And I want to show you some examples of guides and ebooks that we found on Gumroad. So here's one here. This is tips for getting admitted into an MBA program. So that's a guide right there. Pretty cool. 28 pages in length. It's $20. Over here, you can see Accelerate Your Business Credit and Boost Your Funding Options. It's a $47 ebook. It's about 14 pages in length. You can see people like it. This has sold 1,000 copies. That's almost $50,000 in sales of this ebook. So Gumroad, again, is where we go to do our market research to find examples so we can use this for inspiration. Here's a graphic guide to residential design. It's a very interesting, very unique niche. And $36, it's sold almost 7,000 copies. Now you can use Gumroad as inspiration for what kind of an ebook that you might want to create. It's a place to go for ideas and brainstorming. Most of the written info products on Gumroad are products that AI could easily help with. So we're going to prime this by saying you are an expert in business, market, research, and content marketing. Please provide 20 examples of ebooks or step-by-step guides I could create in the topic of. So if you were a roofer, you were trying to attract leads of people who might want to buy your roofing services, let's create an ebook that might do that. So in the topic of placing the roof of your house at a good price with quality work, okay? And let's just see what it comes up with. There you go. Some great ideas here for ebooks that you could create if you were a roofer and you wanted to create a guide to attract people to sign up for or get quotes for your business. I love these. Roof longevity, investing in a roof that lasts. Getting the most out of your roof inspection, a step-by-step guide. Leveraging home insurance for roof replacement. The art of roof maintenance, prolong the life and save money. Actually, this could be a great guide you give a customer after. So that was kind of an obscure niche, and I wanted to show you examples of coming up with quickly 20 pretty cool ideas. Let's try this in some of the other markets. So we're going to do a new chat. Let's make sure we're on GTP4. And we're going to say topic of living off the grid. So it comes through here and gives us our ideas. Now, the next step in this is to select one. Let's just grab this just for the heck of it. And we're going to say, I would like to create a guide titled, we're going to put the title in there, that it's selected. Please write an outline for this detailed step-by-step guide that teaches a beginner how to self-sufficient off the grid. Okay. There's the outline for it's creating it for us right here. And let's copy this whole piece. We can say, for this section, please write an introduction. Now we're going to ask it step by step to write an introduction, which it's doing right now. And then we're going to keep feeding it back. So you can see a similar topic here. This is actually the successful strategy of using this is when you go back and forth, you keep feeding data back to ChatGPT. A lot of people just go in and they say, hey, write me a massive article or write me this big old ebook. And that does not get good results and it usually fails. But what does work, you go step by step. Now, this can be a little time consuming, but it's still lightning, like leagues ahead of the old way of doing this. I'm having to write all this by hand. And at the end, you're copying and pasting and assembling the guide step by step. Just pop it into Microsoft Word or into Google Docs. You save the file and you export it as a PDF. And you have yourself a valuable ebook. So the third idea is unconventional. And this is an info product that you might not realize, and that is a community. So a community itself is a form of an information product, but these are where people will pay you to be part of a community that is loaded with information and good, valuable, useful discussion and like-minded people. They will pay you to be part of that. And the thing that makes these work is by being able to fill it with content and keep the community primed and prompted to keep talking to one another. This is a cool one because you can take advantage of network effects. Network effects are an economic phenomenon where a product gets more and more valuable the more it is used. So the more members you put in, the more valuable the community becomes. Over time, it gets bigger and bigger and more and more and more valuable. And it's almost like a snowballing exponential effect that the bigger your community gets, the more active it gets, the faster it grows, the bigger it gets, the faster it grows. And then you might start off at the beginning really working to keep the community active and busy. And then once it hits critical mass and takes off, it is almost completely self-sustainable. Now, usually communities are centered around a cornerstone piece of content, like a podcast or informational guides or a newsletter. So for example, you could combine a community along with one of our earlier examples where you have a community tied to either an ebook or a community tied to a newsletter, and they kind of coexist together. Now, the beauty of AI, you go to ChatGPT, you have it create a great piece of content for you, and you drop it into your paid Facebook group. And then you get them talking about it. You get them discussing it. So you're dropping value into the community. And at the same time, you're getting the people in the group to discuss it and talk about their perspective. And that actually can be, the all in of itself becomes really, really valuable. Lots of groups that I've seen all over the place that charge anywhere from $10 a month. There's one called Trends that they charge about $300 a year for a user to be part of their Facebook group. And they've got about 13,000 Facebook group members, and I think that's about 4 million a year. So you launch these on the existing platforms that are out there. So you're using Facebook groups. Discord is one that is very popular. People create groups on Slack. And then, of course, School is one that is kind of a popular one that's kind of up and coming. So this is a group that I am part of that's hosted on School. Now, School is spelled SKOOL, school.com. I actually get a lot of value out of this group. And then over on Discord is one called Profit Lounge. They go over flipping and reselling things. They're kind of like a side hustle product flipping thing, and they charge $90 a month. So $90 a month, and they've got a lot of users, and it's all in Discord. How do you use AI to do this kind of content? And it's quite simple, really. You can just tell it what you're doing. Let's go to ChatGPT, and we're going to go to GTP4, and we're going to say, you are an expert in e-commerce. Write a short but highly valuable piece of content giving advice on the best way to start a new e-commerce store. The content will be shared in a Facebook group and should be designed to encourage discussion. Notice that it's using emojis, right? It knows it's going to be in Facebook, and it knows what people like to use emojis in Facebook. For you as the group owner, you just come in and pop this post in there and then encourage discussion. Gave a nice little piece of content. Again, you just paste it right into a Facebook post, pop it into your group, and you've got yourself a great piece of content. And we could also create even shorter version that is a small post designed to get people to share their advice about starting on e-commerce. Okay, so we can get a shorter one. It's even given us hashtags. That's pretty funny. So comment below and let's learn from each other's experiences. Okay, right there is a piece engaging people. So it's amazing the kinds of content that you can coax to get out of ChatGPT. Just some logical discussion. It's always important to prime ChatGPT to give it some background information about what it's creating, and you can just straight up ask it, and it comes up with some pretty awesome stuff. Idea number 4 is courses. Think of a step-by-step guide, but instead of a simple ebook, you're going to stretch it out, make it much more valuable, and it can be as many as 10 to 12 different modules of training to teach someone to solve an important problem or accomplish an important goal. This one is my favorite. I'm a personal believer that every business owner should have a course as part of their business strategy. It's a phenomenal way to either add profit to your business or use it as a way to provide extra value, like as a thank you to provide goodwill, or it is a way to attract new leads by giving away discounts or free versions of a course to attract people and to become a lead, which you can then convert into a paying customer. Now, I've made tens of millions of dollars myself promoting courses. You can still make really valuable products using AI, but at the same time, you can get them done in a flash. Now, you can use our AI course building tool, pushbutton.ai, to build your own entire course with just a few clicks. So what I'd like to do is a very quick demo so you can see how Pushbutton AI builds an entire course business at the push of a button. So here is our course builder right there. And with Pushbutton AI, we make it really, really simple. Real estate investing. So let's use that as an example. So let's say the demographic is executives with high net worth. And then we're going to say the subject is how to get started real estate investing. Okay. So we just put our idea. And by the way, if you don't even have an idea to know what kind of course you want, that's when our niche selection AI coaching comes into play. So we have an AI coach that will actually coach you through picking a niche market. So if you don't know what niche to go into, our AI niche coaching will help you figure that out. But assuming you have at least a general idea, a general concept of what you want your course to be about, you put that in here and you just hit the fill form button, and it is now doing its job. And it's going to come back and is going to give us an entire course outline. Now, our course outline is based upon what we call goals and benefits. The goal is a unique problem that they've got to solve in order to accomplish the big overall goal. And then what is the end benefit? What is the value of achieving this? And we do these in pairs. As you can see here, we've now created a 10 module course outline. So we know here we're going to teach people how to find profitable real estate deals. We're going to teach some investment strategies, how to build a real estate portfolio, understanding market trends, how to secure financing, how to identify high demand markets, how to evaluate property values, mitigating risk, networking with other real estate professionals, navigating the legal and tax considerations. That's actually a pretty good course. And then each one has its own benefit. You know, for example, building a portfolio means you're diversifying, you're having lots of different kinds of investments. Evaluating property value optimizes your opportunity, optimizes the profit, right? Mitigating risk, it safeguards your investment capital so you don't lose your money. And with this, we would hit save. Okay. Oh, we got to tell it what kind of sales style we want. We're going to say we want it to be written in an aggressive sales style. We save it. And we're ready to go to the next step. And then on the next step, we're actually going to get started building our site. But to have a site, we need a domain name. So to pick a domain name, we're going to say we're building a course. We're going to say find domain names. And here we go. So we've got a list of domains. And with one click, we're going to check to see which ones are available. Here we go. Down at the bottom, it is checking. These are a list of all the domains I've checked in the past. But here's the ones it's checking now. So the AI literally brainstormed all of our domains, came up with some good ones. Here's Master Real Estate Investing. Here is Real Estate Investing 101, Real Estate 101 Training. And so we can go back and forth having the AI pick domain names. And then when we're ready, we just click the available button and push button AI goes to work building the entire course. And here are some examples, by the way. Here's an example of our 30-day email sequence written. So you have 30 individual step-by-step emails for a 30-day sequence. Here's a course lesson on Airbnb. We've got the entire lesson set up. At the bottom, we've got our audio, got the video training. All this created by AI at the push of a button. So at the push of a button, push button AI can create all of those things for you. It builds you a course that has 10 modules of training plus an intro and a conclusion. It includes a free report that you can give away. It includes a squeeze page created and formatted and put online so you can get subscribers to join your mailing list. It includes a sales letter to sell your course. It includes that 30-day email sequence, social media posts, video, audio, everything you could possibly need to have a complete course business that you can either charge money for or give away for free if you want to use it to attract leads or provide value to your customers. And it's all done at the push of a button. So of course, Push Button AI is currently in private beta. It is closed to the public, but you can schedule a demo. So if you go to pushbutton.ai, you can request a demo. It's a good fit after we've showed you all the inside information about how it works and what it can do for you. Our marketing experts will actually help you figure out the best use of courses. And if you're a good fit, they may invite you to become part of the demo. But we're looking for very specific people that are willing to invest energy, time, commitment, money into building their business. I'm not looking to get a bunch of early users who are interested in pushing a button and having money rain from the ceiling, right? That such a thing doesn't exist. So I'm more interested in working with business owners or entrepreneurs who want to actually work on and build out a course business or add a course business to their existing company and are willing to do what it takes to make the course a success. And if that's you, then you should go schedule a demo and see if you can be part of our private beta. It's by invitation only. And you can head over to pushbutton.ai for more information about how to get access and to claim your free demo and marketing consultation. If you're not yet a member of Pushbutton AI, then what are you doing? So I would like to invite you to a free masterclass. We're going to be covering in detail how to create an entire digital online course, an entire business, in fact, that can be set up 100% using AI. And if you'd like to attend that free masterclass, what you're going to want to do is head over right now to pushbutton.ai/free class. In that class, I'm going to show you how we can help two different kinds of people. Number one, if you've got a business and you want to add training, courses, or information to your existing business as a new profit center, or maybe a way to add value to your customers, then I'm going to show you how to do a detailed 10-module training course, including 50 to 60,000 words of content, have it set up and built for you by AI. Also, if you're trying to start your first business online and you're looking for a great business model to make some money online, then Pushbutton AI is the right solution. And I'll show you how you can use this amazing tool to build an entire business like that. In a snap, Pushbutton AI will build an entire course for you, create video training, audio training, write your sales page for you, write 30 days of emails for you, create your logo, build your website, set up your shopping cart, set the entire thing up, create a members area so that people can pay you to get access to the course, and you get to charge money and keep all the profits. It's quite easy. You answer 2 questions and you hit a button and it literally does everything for you. A logo, a 30-day email sequence, your sales pages for selling your product. It creates the entire training course that you can charge money for. It installs your website, sets up your hosting, launches your site. It even helps you pick the perfect domain name, all powered by AI. You just literally log in and start up your brand new business. So attend the free masterclass. I'll show you a live demo of how it works. I'll explain the entire business model so you can see exactly how does it work and how do you profit. That's pushbutton.ai/free class. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. You'll see it down below the video down there somewhere. Hit subscribe, hit the like button. It actually will make sure that you're notified next time that we go live. We release content all throughout the week, by the way, so we have videos on additional strategies and tactics we'll be dropping to you all week long. Check out all of our useful content. Head over to pushbutton.ai/free class if you're not yet a customer. Every paying customer, we're going to be taking today's training. We'll take all the prompts, all the resources, everything that you need to use it, and we're going to put it in your paid members area. So you'll see it in your AI profits course inside your members area. On that note, I'll see you there. Bye for now.